Hi guys, and welcome to this little walkthrough of my 2006 R56 MINI Cooper S, which is currently for sale. Just thought I'd give you a little tour of it, considering there are so many of these things on the market, and it's nice to actually come and have a look around one, you know, without having to leave your house. So here we go. So this is a 2006 model. It was actually registered. We'll start on the outside as well. It was actually registered on December the 27th, 2006. So it was actually one of the first facelifted R56 models in the country. So despite it being 2006, it's actually a 2007 car. As you can see, it's lovely grey with the black roof, twin tailpipe exhaust, as you'd expect. It's also got these quite rare 17-inch Union Jack style alloy wheels with a nice little mini bezel in there. Brand new tyres on the back, nearly new tyres on the front. You can see there's loads of tread in those, and as I say, I put these rear ones on about 50 miles ago, so they are brand new. Little John Cooper graphic in the bonnet stripes, just to make it a little bit more special. And you can see this car originally came from BMW Park Lane. So yeah, that's her from the outside. And the stars, obviously. Pop the bonnet. Now the options list on this car is pretty special, but I'll show you through all the standard stuff first of all. So there you got the engine bay looking nice and clean. It's just had its 60,000 mile service, and it had the timing chain replaced, which is a known fault on these, and yeah, it all seems good. Passed its MOT. It's got some new brakes, brake discs and pads just had redone, so they are good to go, and everything else is pretty sound. So yeah, it's not had any problems with the, well, I think I've done about 20,000 miles in this car, and it's never let me down once. It's been absolutely perfect. So yeah, no, great little car. So on the inside, if we start with the options, so obviously we've got the full black leather seats, not the half leather as you see in quite a lot of them, and the rear seats, I've never really used them, so they are in immaculate condition. But yeah, so it's full black leather on the inside, leather on your gear knob, and all this Gubbins leather steering wheel, multifunction steering wheel, but we'll come to what those bits do in a minute. But yeah, it's all finished in the shiny black trim, which I think looks rather classy. And obviously you'll have noticed immediately that unlike most Minis, this doesn't have the giant speedo in the middle with just a speedo. This one has a screen in it, and that's because this one has the quite unusual added bonus of a sat-nav. So the sat-nav is controlled by this little dial down here, which is quite easy to use once you get used to it. It's a bit fiddly to begin with, but you do. And yeah, so it's got a Europe-wide map. It's powered by a DVD, but you never have to touch it. Tells you about the traffic. Yeah, it's a great little addition, to be honest. Not very many of these cars have it. So if you want to stand out from the Mini crowd, it's definitely a good way to start. I think it makes the whole of the interior look a lot more kind of plush. It just makes it look a lot nicer. So yeah, sat-nav on there, as well as the sat-nav on this car. We've also got the cruise control, which is controlled from here. So you've got cruise control on there. What else have we got? So on the other side we've got all the stuff for your Bluetooth phone, and your radio controls are here. So these two control your phone, which is easy enough to pair. It's all wireless. This thing down here, as you can see, it's got an auxiliary cable for your iPod if you want to stream or play your music through the stereo system, which is quite good for a car of this age. Not a lot of them have it. And obviously it's got full air conditioning, climate control, whatever you want to call it, front and rear fog lights, and a 6-speed manual gearbox. And as it's Cooper S, it obviously also has the sport button. Out of the way. There we go, that one. Focus, sport. So what that does is basically sharpens up the throttle response and sharpens up the steering weight, so it's got a bit more meat to it if you want to make a nice nippy little overtake. Other things that are options on this car, it's got the automatic xenon headlights, so I just leave them in auto and they just do all their thing. It's got an auto dimming rear view mirror. Ooh, look, it's my microphone. But it automatically dims that when there's a car behind you, and it's got rain sensing windscreen wipers, and it's also got a heated front screen, which is handy in the winter because it means you can get going without any delay. So yeah, other things, it's got rear parking sensors. It won't work until I put the ignition on, so I'll put the ignition on now. Obviously it's like any Mini, it's got a mini key that goes in there. Push button start. 21,000 miles to need the next service, as you can see there. And as you can see, we've got the rear parking sensors when you put it in reverse. And they go bip 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 when you get near things. So yeah, I don't think there's too much else to say about this car other than, you know, you're gonna probably struggle to find a Mini with this much stuff on it. It's great fun little car. Mileage right now is 59,891, but that will probably go up a little bit because I'm now starting to have to use this car for work, which means motorway miles, which is why I'm actually getting rid of it, because I just need something a bit more motorway cruisy and a little less fun, but I also need some petrol. But yeah, now you can hear what it sounds like. It is warm, don't worry, but it's a lovely sounding car, and it's great fun to drive as well. Pretty efficient too. My average MPG is 34.6 miles to the gallon, and that includes kind of trundling around town and motorways sort of blast. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just let me know. Yeah, it's advertised in a few places. Come and have a look at it, have a test drive, and yeah, hopefully it will make someone very happy indeed. Bye guys.